Hi everyone, welcome back to Garden and Grub, and I wanted to talk about the tomatoes that I decided on for my personal garden bed. This is not the farm. So I wanted to just share with you what I actually decided. I must have changed my plan at least a dozen times, but I finally narrowed it down. So I decided on the Anise Noir. I tried to grow this twice in the past and I was just too eager growing, and the plant ended up dying before it grew wonderfully, but it just died before planting time. It didn't make it. So I'm trying again. This time I started my tomatoes a little bit later, so I should have success. I've been dying to try this one for a while. So I'm going to grow the Anise Noir. I'm going to put pictures because some of these don't have photographs. I'm going to also let me give you a description as well. So the Anise Noir, also known as black pineapple. Now I have tried to grow the regular pineapple, but I guess there was like a tomato mix up because they actually came fuzzy. So if you've grown a pineapple tomato before, does it have like peach fuzz on it? Or maybe it was just a mix up in the seed pack. I've gotten rid of that pack and I haven't tried that pineapple again. So I'm gonna try this one. This variety hails from Belgium and has a lovely tie-dyed burgundy, red, and green interior. Like the colors inside, the flavor is complex with its smoky, acidic, sweet flavor profile. Make a wicked sauce with this tomato or enjoy it in salads. Now, I love the dark tomatoes. I love that smoky flavor. I did find out, I did grow the Midnight Snack cherry tomato one year, and I came to realize I don't like the anthocyanic type tomatoes because the skin is really tough, and I also don't like the flavor of those anthocyanin tomatoes. So it's neat how the more times you garden, the more you kind of zone in on the stuff that you like. So I do love dark tomatoes. Last year, I tried to grow the Paul Robeson, but it wasn't very productive. It tasted great. It wasn't very productive, and my space is too small to waste it on something that's not that productive. But it was really good. But I don't think I'll grow that Paul Robeson again unless I have way more garden space. The next one I'm going to do, and I'll pop up the picture, is this orange strawberry oxheart tomato. And it says here, lanky plants produce big yields of 6 to 16 ounce golden orange, heart-shaped meaty fruits with few seeds. Delicious, sweet, rich, complex flavor. A new favorite. So I am going to try this. Now, how many days for Anise Noir? 85 days. That's kind of pushing it for me. I have a short growing season. I'm in zone 5B. And I find that by the time the end of August comes, these I did grow that heirloom beef steak that everybody grows. Oh, slipped my mind. Brandywine. And it didn't ripen to the very end of my season. I only got like 3 tomatoes off of it. And the rest of them, what is that sound? Oh, that's the dryer, sorry. I only ended up getting 3 off of them before we turned cold, and the rest didn't ripen. So this type of tomato here, 75 days is okay. And this one, 85 days is pushing it, but I do want to try this tomato. I can't grow, the Brandywine is like 90 days, and that's far too late for me to grow. So knowing that, I picked the Brandywine because that was my first year gardening, and everybody talked about how delicious. And I had no experience with all these different types of tomatoes to know the maturity dates. So I just kind of went off what other people were growing, but I didn't realize the people I'm watching, they're in the southern US, which they have long growing seasons. Now in hindsight, I know. So I'm trying to keep my varieties lower than that. So but I do want to try this so badly. I've been trying to grow this for a while. So I want to try it, even though it's 85 days. This orange strawberry ox heart is only 75 days, so that's good. I'm growing the Arctic Rose Dwarf. I really enjoyed this one. Classic tomato flavor in a lovely pink rose fruit ranging from 3 to 8 ounces, perfect for slicing, salads, and salsa. They are 3-foot plants, but trellis for easiest harvest, perfect for containers. This is so unique. If you watched my garden video from last year, it has a thick trunk and it looks like a tree, and it kind of hang underneath. It is almost like a tree type shape. And this is how many days? I didn't write down the days. 67 days. So that is perfect for my area. It was really good. It had that heirloom rich flavor, so I really enjoyed that. This one is new to me. It is 70 days, perfect for my area. It's the Purple Heart Dwarf tomato. So this is another tree type tomato. So it's gonna kind of grow like the Arctic Rose Dwarf. 70 days tree type tomato developed by members of the Dwarf Tomato Project. The vigorous dwarf regular leaf plants are among the most spreading and branching of the dwarf varieties, producing medium to medium large 6 to 16 ounce tomatoes, heart-shaped purple tomatoes. Dwarf Purple Heart has deep crimson flesh with a delicious, well-balanced flavor. Although fairly large, the fruits also ripen relatively early. The plant is 60 centimeters tall and it is determinate. I do want to do a mix of indeterminate. This is determinate. This is indeterminate, and these two are indeterminate. I want to have a mix because I don't want to have a swell of tomatoes all at once because I won't be able to eat them all. So I want to have relatively spaced out. And the areas where I have the dwarf tomatoes, I can pull these out once they've had their flesh of fruit, and I could put something in its place so I can succession sow with these. Considering that it's like 67 days, the other one is 70 days. So I'll have that flesh of fruit. I can take it out and put something in its place, and I usually put green beans in its place. This one is new to me. This is also a dwarf. It's a tomato purple rain. As you can see, I like purple tomatoes. So this says Purple Rain tomato, tidy and compact 3-foot plants are smothered in purple beefsteak tomatoes with beautifully balanced flavor. Fruits average between 6 to 12 ounces and are ideal for slicing sandwiches and can also double as a nice sauce tomato, a unique purple dwarf. So I'm excited to try this. It doesn't say if it's an indeterminate or determinate tomato. I wish Baker Creek, they're not watching my channel, but if anybody ever goes to Baker Creek, can you mention to put on their packages if they're determinate or indeterminate? Another one I'm gonna grow, I grew this last year and I loved it. It is the vintage wine, again on that purpley side. It is the vintage wine and it is indeterminate and it's 60-70 days. So I'll get a flush of tomatoes throughout the growing season with this one. Incredibly stunning 1980s heirloom, a fairly new variety to the scene. The vintage wine tomato is a brandy wine variety of tomato. Glamorous red globe stripes are bound to make an impression, sweet and mild in taste, making a good all-purpose variety. I did find that it's like a red tomato, but it kind of leans purple in its flavor. It doesn't taste like a regular red beefsteak, and it doesn't taste like a purple tomato either. It doesn't have that complexity. It's kind of a nice in between, because I don't want everything to be purple in my garden, even though I would love that. I kind of love the orange tomatoes and the purples. Last year I grew Dr. Witchy's and Kellogg's Breakfast, and I did love that type of tomato, and that's why I wanted to try the strawberry Oxheart, because I like that fleshy tomato. So I'm growing this again. And for my cherry tomatoes, I am going to grow the Super Sweet 100. I've tried to grow this in the past, and I can sow the tomatoes, I can grow the plants, but they never make it to planting because I used to do it so early. So hopefully this time I'll be able to. And I used to only grow like one seed. So if it didn't germinate or it didn't make it, I didn't have a backup. So this time I did several seeds. So this is going to be my red cherry tomato. I want to have like a basket of cherry tomatoes, all different colors. That would look so beautiful in a salad. I'm also going to grow, dun dun dun, you're gonna be surprised, I'm not growing Sun Gold. I am not. For sure that's my favorite cherry tomato. I was blown away last year, but I decided to grow the Tim's Taste of Paradise from Wild Boar Farms. This is supposed to be a Sun Gold dupe, and it's supposed to be better than Sun Gold in where they don't crack. Sun Gold does crack, so this is supposed to be better than that. So and it's 70 days, so it's good for my area. So I'm hoping, we'll see if it tastes just as good. I kind of wanted to grow Sun Gold along with this to do a comparison. I just don't have the space to do it, but it would be lovely to have been able to grow both of them together. But again, I wanted that variety. I am also growing in my green stock. So these are the two cherry tomatoes that are growing in my garden. I do like the Limelight series, but I didn't grow them because of space. But I did like the lime. I was hoping to have like a green tomato, but I have this one, and I have the Tim's, which is orange. It's kind of like a yellow. But I got a couple of different other colors, so hopefully the basket. I also like black cherry. That was my first colored cherry tomato. I loved it. Again, I just don't have the space. So in my green stock, I'm gonna put the Micro Tom. Now this Micro Tom is one of the world's smallest varieties. This compact variety does not disappoint when it comes to performance, flavor, and it's great for containers. This is a tiny tomato. You can see in the photograph, so it's gonna be perfect for the green stock. Last year, I grew the Mini Marzano. I grew quite a few of them, these smaller varieties in the green stock, but they were a little bit too tall for my green stock, and they kind of floppy over. So I kind of wanted smaller varieties for the green stalks so they can kind of like stay compact in the pocket. I'm growing the orange hat tomato. I'll put the picture up, and because it is only 7 to 10 inches, it's tiny, just like the micro tom, so it's perfect for the green stalk. Then I'm growing this micro purple, very compact, produces purple, blue purple cherry tomatoes, ripens to red purple, sweet tart flavor, and it's only 55 days. It's says here 20 to 25 centimeters tall, so this is perfect for the green stalk. Another one for the green stalk is cherry tomato brown. That's all it says. It's about 25 centimeters. It's a chocolate brown cherry tomato, delicious sweet tomato flavor, creation of Pick and Joy, and it is an F2 hybrid, so we'll see. And it's 65 to 70 days, so I am growing this one as well. I don't know if you can, it's not really focusing. And I'm gonna grow Golden Hour. Now, it's a 65 to 70 days. It is also micro mini, 12 to 20 inches tall. Now this is one on the taller end of it. And these were the sizes that I grew Canary Kiss last year. Pendulina last year, but they are micro dwarves, but they're just, for me, I feel that they're too tall for the green stalk. I wanted something more compact. So this will be going in the bed. Another one that's going in my bed that is taking the place of my sun gold and black cherry is this Pomodoro Gigante Martini. I'll see if I can find a photograph of it. This is for the largest tomato collaboration that I'm doing. If you want to follow along, I'm going to put the information down below if you want to join in, or just watch other gardeners to see who wins the biggest tomato of the year. So that is also going in my bed. So those are the tomatoes that are in my bed. My backyard garden, this not includes the garden for the farm, and we will get talking about the farm when it gets closer to that. So there we go. That's the plan for my garden. I will actually put a photograph of my garden plan, my bed plan. It looks kind of crazy full, but I've measured it and it should work. Considering a lot of these are dwarf varieties, it should be enough space to grow them. So there we have it. That is my final tomato list. So I put it out there. I'm not changing it again. So that's my final tomato list. So list down what varieties, if you're growing any of these, or what varieties you are growing this year in your garden. I'd love to know your zone and what tomato varieties you're also growing. So if you can just comment those below, I'd love to interact with you and to find out. So thank you for joining with me again today, friends. Have a lovely day.